Hi again then guys, and welcome to another high-speed build for Forza 6, and this time we're going for what you'd probably assume would be the quickest car in the game. It's certainly one of the most powerful cars in the game, the Koenigsegg One-to-one. Mechanically based, kind of on the Agera, but really heavily modified and overhauled for extreme speed, and it is certainly a very fast car. There's no doubt about that, but it's not as quick as you might hope. In fact, it's actually a little slower, funnily enough, than some other cars that are already on the performance car radar. Or maybe even not on many people's performance car radar, certainly not at the same level as something like this. Now, I would recommend the all-wheel drive conversion, because it does give you roughly the same top-end performance, but makes you a lot quicker off the line and gives you extra grip, of course. And as far as the performance, you can see here, it's not as quick as you'd think. Now, I think the reason for that is because Forza's top speed physics have always kind of had this upper ceiling at around 272 miles per hour. They very rarely let anything go higher than that. Now, that being said, this car should be doing that kind of speed, but for some reason, it just doesn't. That being said, there are lots of tunes on the storefront, some of which I actually tested myself, to verify if they worked or not. People saying, oh, this one does 273, this one does 275. They don't. They are, quite frankly, lying. I cannot find a way of getting this car to go above 268. Now, there are plenty of people who claim that they can, but prove it. Otherwise, you can say whatever you want. This tune is proven. You can see the numbers right there for yourself. Now, as far as the individual gears, I would recommend a final drive of 2.96, then individual gears, as you can see, of 3, 2.2, 1.5, 1.15, 0.95 and 0.78, and then for the rest, as usual, we've basically just rounded everything off. As far as the ride height, I would recommend as high as possible on the front, as low as possible on the rear. For the downforce, obviously you want that as low as possible for high speed, and if you do opt for all-wheel drive, I would recommend an 80% split toward the back of the car. But now let's of course take it out to a track to give it a shakedown. Now, it is to be noted with this particular vehicle that in some ways I think super fans of this car, and there are some people who do really love the Koenigsegg One-to-one, and understandably so, there are ways, as I said, that some people like that will be really happy with the car, but there are also definitely ways that you'll be disappointed with it. Now, I think the main disappointment will be that top speed, because of course the One-to-one is known primarily for its straight line performance. People love to speculate as to how quick it could be, but on the game, it just doesn't deliver on that. It does around 268, as the speed quote suggests, but that's nowhere near as quick as it arguably deserves to be. The best thing about the car, I would say, funnily enough, is actually the same thing that I said was good about the Veyron Supersport, and that is, ironically, for such a powerful vehicle, the handling is superb. In fact, the handling on this car is definitely even better than the Veyron, not surprisingly given how much lighter it is, but overall this actually handles almost as well as some full-on GT1 or LMP style machines. So overall, although it doesn't quite deliver on the top speed that many people would understandably want, it's still extremely good all round. But that's it for this pick overall. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, thanks for watching.